Okay, good afternoon, Mr. Ferry. Good afternoon, my dearly beloved classmates. And today I shall be presenting to you my history assignment project. So, this topic is about Dokuritsu Junbei Inkai, or as you may know it, PPKI, the Preparatory Committee for Indonesian Independence. So, as you can see here, I shall be explaining to you all about PPKI. And later on, I shall also be telling you all about the members, their sessions, and particularly almost everything that you might want to know about PPKI. And you have to make sure to be prepared because later after the slide, I shall be giving you at least 5 questions for all of you to answer. So, hang on tight as I start, okay? So, about PPKI. PPKI is known as by its English slang the Preparatory Committee for the Indonesian Independence, or by its Japanese slang Dokuritsu Junbei Inkai. Now, I want to share something to you. It's that by Dokuritsu Junbei Inkai, I have some troubles here. It's because back in when I made this presentation, I've made some mistakes here. I thought PPKI by the Japanese slang was related to BPUPKI, and because of that I decided to start over again, which is okay since Mr. Ferry had given me a chance. So about PPKI, Partai Penyelidikan Kemerdekaan Indonesia, it was established at the 7th of August 1945. After the establishment of BPUPKI itself. So, if you want to know, the relations between BPUPKI and PPKI are, well, both of those organizations were established by our president and vice president from the 1945 during the World War, Sukarno and Muhammad Hatta. So, after this, I shall be explaining about the background of PPKI. So here, in the background of PPKI, it is quite known that during the World War, following the bombing of both Nagasaki and Hiroshima City, which is basically in Japan, the Japanese occupants were surrendering to Indonesia while they were trying to establish the PPKI. Following the BPUPKI formation, Indonesia wanted to create the PPKI to have drawing the constitution and also trying to work out their sessions and how to decide the president and everything. And so they decided that after the lieutenant from Japan agrees with their terms, he granted the permission to form the PPKI, the Preparatory Committee for Indonesian Independence. Okay, so right now, be prepared because right now I'm going to present to you all about the members of the PPKI. So PPKI and BPUPKI are the same, right? So PPKI basically has the same members to the BPUPKI members. And also, based on this picture that I show you, this is Sukarno and his men. And you might wonder how many more members, right? Because there's more to than Sukarno and Muhammad Hatta. So I shall be presenting to you the members of PPKI. So right here, right now, I have showed you that there are 10s to 20s to 40 members of the PPKI, even though the numbers have specific here and because I haven't prepared too much yet. So I shall be mentioning only some of the members that I remembered, so later on the trivia you can answer my question. So right here we have Sukarno, our president, Muhammad Hatta, our vice president, and then we have Ki Hajar Dewantara, and maybe you can see Ahmad Subarjo, and then Sayuti Malik, and then Dr. Supomo, and then somehow you can see pangeran, and then you can also find, I don't know, maybe you can also see Muhammad Yamin. Sorry, okay, because I'm not well prepared and because there's many of it. So that's all I can remember. We have Sukarno, Muhammad Hatta, Supomo, Sayuti Melik, and then after that Ahmad Subarjo, and Ki Hajar Dewantara. Those are the members that I've mentioned about the PPKI. But if you want to memorize them all, I suggest all of you to write it down, what you remembered. Because let's just say there's more of the members that I will question later. Oh, sorry. Right now, we shall be explaining about the sessions in PPKI. So, in the first day after the establishment of the PPKI, here on the 18th of August of 1945. So, right here in PPKI, they are trying to elect the president and vice president. And of course, you might notice in this picture, it's about Sukarno and Muhammad Hatta. And after that, you could see that they have established a committee around with 12 departments, but I think that's for the second one because let's just say I don't remember too much. But I just hope you guys can understand this. So you can see that Muhammad Hatta and Sukarno are the presidents, right? And then for starters, they also like to begin the conditions and trying to establish Indonesia as a nation, not as some monarchy or territory, because during the meeting, both Sukarno and Muhammad Hatta agree with Supomo's idea or Muhammad Yamin's idea that Indonesia shouldn't be considered as a territory to another country. Indonesia is stand by itself. That's why it's explained in Bhinneka Tunggal Ika. Even though we're different, we're still one, right? Good. So if you can remember correctly, Indonesia is one nation. It doesn't belong to anyone else, and it's also not a monarchy. Okay, and in the sessions over here, I shall be explaining much about the second day, but I don't remember too much. However, I'll try as much as I can remember. It's like this. On the second day, the PPKI will establish the 12th department. But first they decided to spread out to the province. So, if I remember correctly, there is West Java, East Java, Middle Java, Small Sunda, Maluku, Sumatra, Sulawesi, Borneo, Kalimantan, and also maybe Small Sunda are supposed to be the Lesser Nusantara Islands, but I don't know much. So right here I can show you about the sessions of the PPKI, and even though I don't memorize much, I just gonna tell you all about it. So here we have the governors that I already written down, so feel free to write it because I don't think it's on the questions, but you don't know yet, right? So go ahead and write it. And if you're finished right now, I'm gonna skip to the next one, so be prepared, okay? Now here we are with the 12 departments of the PPKI. Now as you see, there's lack of pictures because I ran out of time, but mostly because I have a hard time to memorize all of it. And as you see right here, there's are repeated names such as there is this one, and also there's Ki Hajar Dewantara, and then there is AA, RAA, and then Mr. AA, and then everything else. So sorry if I made some mistakes. So you see here, there is the Minister of Defense, Minister of Disciplinary, Minister of Health, Minister of Education, Ministry of Prosperity, Ministry of the let's see, Department of Health again, and then maybe there is minister for our own country, minister for foreign country, for the economic, the industrialization, and then after that the security and public occupations, and then we also have, well, let's see, enlightenment, and then suffering, and then also some sociology, and then after that health, and then, well, sorry about the repetitions because I have the twisted words. So here are the examples and everything. Okay, now on the third and last day of the PPKI, this one I think I remember. Well, let's see if I remember correctly. Oh yeah, that's right. Now we have this one, right? So you can see PNI, and you can see KNPI, and also this one. Hold on, if I remember correctly, this one, oh, the BKR. So as you can see over here, on the third day, they finally established the Ministry for the Defenses. So right here, we have the Central Indonesia National Committee, the KNI, and then we have the International, or rather, as I put it right here, the Indonesian National Party, the PNI, and the People's Security Agency, the BKR. Sorry about that one, I just not yet prepared, but I just wish I can show you all because I have memorized some of it. And so, in conclusion, so following the BPU, PKI, and PPKI, and the establishment of the cabinet ministers with the health and the security and the welfare and prosperity, it is shown right here in the conclusion that both Sukarno and Muhammad Hatta has declared independence during that afterwards. And as shown as the conclusion here, both BPU, PKI, and PPKI were then disbanded because it's over. The independence is already achieved, the freedom was also achieved, and also because Sukarno felt like the BPU, PKI, and the PPKI's job were already done. But that's okay because most of the members are still active during Sukarno's presidency. And also, in conclusion to all of it, I think that BPU, PKI, and PPKI has already helped a lot during that time. And I think that both BPU, PKI, and PPKI did a great job for our nation. So the reaction and the support from the people, well, at first people, during Sukarno's proclamation and everything, during the time of BPU, PKI, a lot of people criticized his ideal views about the Pancasila, our country's icon and everything, because it somehow clashed with the Muslims' belief in God, and they feared that there's no equality. And so, because of that, Sukarno was forced to push a new one and was forced to reconsider his ideals. And so, during that time, Supomo has the idea and make sure he draw the concept with Muhammad Yamin. And right here, afterwards, during the time of PPKI, the reactions were much more well received by the locals. And to avoid being alienated by the, well, let's just say, the Christians, to avoid being alienated, they make sure that in the Sharia law, it has been also considered with the equality inside the religion. Now that's what I call a good one. So what I can summarize is that at first, since at the BPU, PKI didn't work, they decided to form the PPKI also. So the reactions during the Sharia law can be very, very well received by the populace. And in addition to that, I can just say that it has the freedom and independence of the country. Okay, trivia time everyone. So grab your pencils and erasers and maybe some papers and maybe some pens or maybe tip X or all of what you require. Trust me, you really need this. I'm warning you. Because here in my trivia, I'm giving you the most easiest one. So if you don't pay attention, then joke's on you. It's your fault, not mine. Understand? So here, in the trivia, I'll give you 5 simple questions. Like about, let's see here, what does PNI stand for? And then mention one of let's see here. Mention one of the relation between BPUPKI and PPKI, and then you can mention at least 5 members of the BPUPKI, or rather the PPKI. So please pay attention, okay? And then after that, what is the Japanese slang for the PPKI or the preparatory committee for Indonesia? And sorry for shifting the computer so much because I kind of forget about it. And finally, we have right here, what is the name of the general commander from Japan who granted the permission for the Japanese, for the PPUPKI and the PPKI establishment. And so those are my trivias. So please go ahead and please pay attention, as I can only show you to this one. Okay, I think that's done for the trivia and everything. Please submit your papers and later I'll check it. And right now, I think that's the end of my presentation. So thank you for everything. Thank you for your attention. And I'm sorry if I am not prepared or anything, but at least I give you a solid presentation for all of you to see. And have a nice day. God bless you all. Thank you, Mr. Ferry and friends. And that's all. Thank you.